All right. Good morning. Thank you for hopping on. I always appreciate everybody who hops on live. I love seeing the smiling faces on a Monday morning. I like kicking Monday mornings off because it helps me actually get my week started. We talk about accountability, and that's what these are called, right? Business accountability for yourself and for your personal development, and just a way to start off your Monday mornings. I picked Monday mornings years ago because it was like, it kind of helped me stay accountable to Jill, you're gonna make me vomit. Oh my God. I'm watching Jill run around her house. I'm like, oh my God, don't look at that. No, I just want to make sure you knew your camera was on before you like ran to the bathroom or something. I try to look out for you guys. We've had some mishaps here on our Zooms before where people took the phone into the bathroom with them, and it did not turn out good. It did not turn out good. I would never want that to happen to anybody else because there's no way I can stop it from happening once you start. So Monday mornings are my favorite morning to get people pumped up and going because it actually helps me stay accountable too. So just like last night when Ken says, "Are you sleeping in tomorrow morning?" I was like, "I can't." The boss said, "No, I have to get up Monday morning because people are counting on me to do the Monday morning Zoom." And so it helps me because I could have very easily, if no one counted on me, I very easily could have said, "Oh, that's my reminder to get on." I would be late. I could very easily say, "Oh yeah, no, it's Luke's off school tomorrow morning. I can sleep in." But then the accountability kicks in, right? I can't. So it does help to have these on Monday mornings. If you ever miss our Monday mornings or want to share it with somebody, just remember we always load these to YouTube. We try to do it in the same day, just depending on schedule. And gosh, what's going on right at 9 o'clock in the morning? Everybody's calling me. My alarms are going off. And we load these on to our Extreme Entrepreneurship page. They generally go out on mine or Sydney's public profile. We load them to our podcast. So there is lots of ways to find them and share them and revisit them if you need to go back. So I'm going to cover a lot of information this morning. It's all on core values. And I thought, man, what a better day than to do this on Martin Luther King Jr. Day, right? He had some major core values, right? And he stood by those, and he was very planted in his belief system, hence why an entire federal holiday was made about this day, right? So what are core values? I'm just going to give you guys a couple of like one-off definitions of those, and then we're going to kind of go through like why they're important, why you need to have them, and how to pick them. And I have a great story for you guys. Always learn by my like past bad decisions or things that I've done, my mistakes, things that you don't want to repeat. So I always like to share those. And then just kind of some help on how you can start to pick yours. First, I'd love to ask, like, in the chat, if you could, if you already are so solidly planted, you live by these, you throw every decision through these, you are set on your core values, please, by all means, don't just throw some words out to me, okay? If you have not cemented your core values and have them like written down and on your office wall and in your phone, if you don't have them cemented, that's not what this is for. I will ask for some of those examples later. I want to know if you have some core values cemented into your life. Throw some of those in the chat for me. I would love to know what they are. Okay. Okay. So core values are the internal beliefs, ethics, and guiding morals upon which you and your business base your or its objectives and practices. It's how you should filter every important decision that you make. Our personal values help us be our authentic selves, have a greater sense of purpose. They drive our personalities. They help us with goal setting and how we can take action in life. Our values also give us a better understanding of who we are as a person and who we want to surround ourselves with. They'll lead us to set goals that work towards our dreams instead of against them, keeping us floundering. They serve as guardrails that surround the framework of our lives and keep us from going too far away from those personal beliefs with the decisions we make. Moreover, having personal core values is essential to help us make intelligent choices that work in our favor. They are supported by our wants, our needs, our strengths. They are how we operate as humans. They are the guardrails that keep us from falling into something that we feel is harmful or unacceptable for our life and the direction we desire to go. Lastly, personal core values help us find our purpose. If you're having a hard time finding your purpose, this is something we should start with. They remind us of what is important in life so we can live that life that is aligned with those beliefs. Do you have your core values figured out? That was one thing I just asked, and a couple of you have put some things in there. Do you know them like the back of your hand and filter everything you do through them? One thing I have run across in my life is some people who can spout out some core values, but you can tell very clearly they do not live by those. So I'm not asking for those. And if you have not defined those yet, it is okay. There is a point of where you can start and put those together so that now you have a filter system for everything that happens in your life. Have you, in the past, right? We kind of, well, okay, let me back up for a second. You ever kind of see some people out there in life that are just floundering around and they don't seem to have a purpose. They don't seem to have a passion. They don't seem to know where they're going. Things switch or change, or are they're doing something different all the time. It's constant change. It's constant chaos. Those are people who have not figured out what their core values are and what their core value system is. They may have a few things that are important to them, but they don't filter their decisions through them. They don't filter how they do business through them. And you can very quickly tell if someone has figured out what their core value system is. So like, as you're going through your day, just kind of take some mental notes, because it will kind of help you figure out your own. Do a little inventory of the people you surround yourself with. Take 5 people that you currently surround yourself with on a regular basis, okay? And see if you can point out 5 core values you think that they have already decided on, or that they live their life through, they filter things through. Pick 5 people, try to write down 5 core values. These are 5 people you surround yourself with regularly. Pick 5 core values that you think that they live and filter their life through. This will tell you a lot. It will tell you who you surround yourself with. It will kind of start to tell you if you think that person has their core values figured out or not. And this is not a judging thing. This is just for you to kind of do some research and to figure out the difference between people who do have them figured out and stand true and firm in their belief system and know where they're headed, and those who don't. So it's going to show you who you're surrounding yourself with, if they match some of your core values and the things that are important to you. And if those are the people you should be keeping at your table, right? Are those the people you should be keeping at your table? If you start to put down 5 names and only 2 of those, you can figure out 5 things right off the top of your head that seem to be the things that they really stand for. But the other 3 are kind of like, ooh, Sally is kind of floundering. Maybe Sally shouldn't be sitting at the table all the time, right? So that's going to help you filter things. So less about them, more about you. I want you to just do some research so you can start to see this through the core value lens, for lack of a better term. Okay, does that make sense? So that's one homework assignment for today. I want you to pick 5 people you surround yourself with on a regular basis, and I want you to write down 5 things you think are their core values that they live by. Don't go ask them. I want you to say, from the outside looking in, does it seem as though they have some core values? And this isn't something to go share with other people. It's just your own interpersonal work and figuring out who and who does not lead life by some of those core values. And if you're sitting here going, Jessica, you just asked us if we had ours, and I don't think I have all mine figured out. So who am I to go and say, it's okay. We're going to figure those out. I just want you to tell the difference between people who do and people who don't. Okay. And it doesn't mean that you have people watching you saying, oh, she doesn't have her core values figured out, because you probably do actually live by some of the core values that you're going to focus on and pick and name. You just don't know it yet. That's some of the work that we're going to do. Okay. So I want to tell you a story about my past. I love to pick on myself. Okay. There's no ego in my game. I mean, we all have egos, but there's not a lot of ego in my game. I love to show people the mistakes I've made in the past so that they maybe can learn by them and take those lessons into the future and not do those things. So obviously for the last 10 years, I've been in network marketing. My degree is in business and in marketing. But I didn't get into network marketing until about 10 years ago, maybe 11 years ago, something like that. And I have learned more in the last 10 and 11 years about business, about personal development, and about myself and other people as humans because of being in network marketing than I ever learned in college. Okay. And some of that is just life experience too. And everybody's going to go through those. So I will say that that business degree was super uber important because it set me on a path and it gave me some groundwork. But network marketing will teach you so much more than a business degree ever will about humans, about yourself, about personal development, how to run a business. So about, let's see, into my second network marketing company about 5 years ago-ish, 4, somewhere in there. We had a large team grinding, okay, a large team doing probably somewhere at that time between $500,000 and $1 million a month in sales. And we had a person come into our team about, I want to say about 20 levels deep for me. And I'm the leader that wants to help everyone. Okay. I want to help everyone. My goal is for everyone to succeed and we do it together. Core value system for me. Everyone wins. Okay. I want everyone winning. So when this person came on our team, they learned very quickly where they could get the most help from, who had their direction figured out, who had the comp plan under their belt, who ran the events, who ran the meetings, and they skipped and hopped and jumped over a lot of really good leaders on our team to get to me. And I took that as, okay, this person feels as if they are not going to get what they need to build their business big unless they come all the way up to me. And I just went in and dug in and helped. I went in and I took over and I helped. And this person wanted to run and they wanted to run so fast. And I knew there was a few leaders in between me and this person that would definitely pick up the ball and run fast with them. But I was afraid that if I didn't dig in and help this person personally, they would move on to something else or move on from our team because they really wanted to dig in. And so instead of checking myself on core values, and I'm going to make a huge point here because I'm going to say most of you who are on here are in network marketing. And this goes for any business really on your team in any business environment. But we didn't as a team set up a core value system as a team. We did not my personal value system, but as a team, we didn't set up a core value system. And so as I let this person jump over all of these people and come to me, and we ran, but because I let a person dictate the value system of our team, that person turned into a dragon on our team and did the most damage I have ever seen in my organization. And it was the pivotal point of our team going back down the other side of the mountain. That's how powerful not having your core value system set up can affect how you do business, your overall momentum, your overall sales, the overall feeling of the organization. Because I had put this person up on a pedestal and everyone thought that Jessica thought that this person was the next Jessica, was going to be as good as me because I was spending so much time with them and putting so much focus on them because I was helping them so much. They started to believe anything this person would say. I gave them that authority and that credit because I did not check our core value system, and it literally tore our team apart. That is one very powerful lesson that I learned about having a core value system. So the team that's getting together with me on Sunday, believe you not, we are going to spend a good portion of our time together putting together this team's core value system. And I cannot wait to work through that and have that set, because that will never happen again in any organization that I'm a part of. That's how strongly I believe the success or failure of me personally, the success or failure of my leadership, the success or failure of our team will happen if we have or do not have those in place and all agree upon what those core values will be. Amen. Amen. Keep forgetting my son's home and he's moving around his bed upstairs and it's like creeping me out thinking, what is going on up there? Okay. So, step one, do some self-reflection. I'm going to go put in our Extreme Entrepreneurship page a couple of links, or maybe it's just one. I want you to go find, and somebody please unmute and tell me the right way to say this, Sydney, probably you. Enneagram. You used to always say it wrong. You always say it wrong. Someone unmute and tell me how to say it.
Enneagram.
Enneagram. Thank you, Michelle. Enneagram. So I'm going to give you guys a link. And once you get through these, you guys, they're like, we can give you a detailed report for $19.99. You don't need to do that. I just want you to get your number and then go do some research on it. Okay, what you stand for. It's going to be really great questions. And it's not even about the number it gives you at the end. As you're answering the questions, I want you to really think about key in on what that means to you in your value system. Okay, so I'm going to give you some stuff to do, homework, okay, to go and figure out. So what's your homework? It's going to be find 5 people that you surround yourself with, pick 5 core values you think that they stand by, write those down on a piece of paper, put them off to the side. I want you to go in and do this test. It might take you 5 to 15 minutes. There's another test on there called the DISC test. It might also help you. Again, at the end of it, it's going to do on a fuller report. You don't need to do all that. Don't waste your money on stuff like that. And then after you do that self-reflection and that work, I want you to make a whole list, more than 5, just a whole list of things that you believe you stand by. I'd love for you to put those in the chat now. I know there's some that you guys put, Tracy, you're at the dentist. I really, really, really appreciate Tracy's accountability to being on a Monday morning in the dentist chair. Like, really. I mean, if that is not like tried and true accountability, I don't know what is. So God first, family, work, show up and lead, honesty, kindness, integrity, loyalty, kindness. I stand by integrity. I love those. Okay. So that's what I want you to do. I want you guys to just literally brain dump as you go through that self-reflection, and that like testing stuff. Go and write down a whole list of things that you believe are in your core value system. Okay. And then I want you to consolidate them into themes. Okay. There's going to be you'll start to see some themes working its way out into all of those things you believe are core values for yourself. And then I want you to start to, after you kind of get into those themes, maybe pick what's the most important one in those themes. And I want you to choose at the end only 5 off your list. If you have too few, your unique core values won't define your individuality. Okay. And if you have too many, you won't put the amount of focus on any of them that is needed in order to leverage your personal development. Okay. And then step 4 of that is ranking them. Okay. So first you're going to go do the self work. Then you're going to brain dump. You're going to make a massive list. You're going to create themes from that massive list. Then you're going to identify your principal core values. Step 3 is identify those principal ones. Choose only 5. And then after that, I want you to rank them. What is absolutely number 1 to you? Absolutely number 1 to you. And then live in them for 30, 60, 90 days and reevaluate. So this will take some time. This is not something I want you to just go throw a bunch of words on a piece of paper and say, I live by these. Okay, I really don't want you to do that. It's not going to work and you won't live by them. I want you to do the actual work and I want you to live in them for 30, 60, 90 days. Once you get that 5, I want you to throw them on the background of your phone. I want you to put them on your vision board. I want you to write them on your bathroom mirror. I want you to put them on your refrigerator. I heard somebody at a meeting we were at over this weekend in Atlanta say something about vision board stuff. She puts them on the flip side of her visor. Okay. Put them there. I want you to live in those and filter all of your decisions through those the next 30, 60, 90 days. If you are still a little bit stuck on what your brand is, who you are, who you're trying to serve, this is really going to help you figure that out. It's just part of the puzzle. It's part of the master plan. And then I want you to, if you run a team in business, in corporate America, in network marketing, I want you to start thinking about, you can't really put together a team's core values. Well, I mean, I guess you can collectively put together a team's core values without knowing some of your own and what's important to you. So get together with your team, brainstorm, figure out what those are for your team. I promise you, your leaders will appreciate you and respect you, that you actually care enough to get their input, and that they know. Think about this. Those of you who've been a part of my network marketing team, think about this. If we are all on the same page with 5 core values that we live by, we put all the decisions on the team through these core values, and we all agree upon them. Every time there's decisions to be made on the team, no matter who's making them, has to go through those core values. Do you think that our team will sink or swim? Do you think we will soar or fall? Do you think that we will be lockstep about how we build to the top? That's how I want to do business. And that will exude over into your personal life, into your customers, into your own teammates. And that is how we will do business. And so I urge you, once you get yours figured out, or even in the mix of this whole project, that you start putting those together with your team too, your leadership team, the people who really put in a lot of work and are going to be arm locked with you to go to the top. Okay. Just a couple of other notes. I just want to go grab and see if there's anything that I forgot I wanted to tell you guys. Oh, once you get all of those down on paper, I don't want you to just write down words. I do want you to write down what that means in your personal life, or if you're doing this with a team, what that means in the organization. For example, a lot of people say integrity. So integrity, honesty at all times and in all places. Do what is right even when no one is watching. Let the consequences follow, no exceptions. So when you get that word, that core value, define what that means actually, because integrity could mean different things to different people, to different teams, and how you deal with it and handle it. Because if you find that things are not flowing through your core value system, there's got to be some consequences to that, right? I'm not saying punish yourself or punish your team. I'm just saying there's got to be some consequences to that. Or that means we're not actually living by those. When we made a decision, we failed to meet all of our core values. We need to go back and plan to review. Maybe that's not a core value. Maybe that won't work for us. Or maybe we're letting too many things slide, and that's not going to work either. Respect to everyone, everywhere, without exception. Positive and optimistic attitude is another one. Be happy, be nice, and for heaven's sake, smile. It's I swear to God, my body structure was made with resting bitch face. And I don't mean for it to be that way, but I know I end up seeing myself in that spot a lot. So I'm going to try very hard to smile more. And I'm not saying those are yours or ours or mine. I'm just giving you some ideas of when you say it, what does that actually mean? Actually define it. Before we hop off of here, actually, I'm not going to go over this morning. Before we hop off of here, I want to recommend a book that I most recently have been listening to on Audible. I actually it's one of those I just ordered on Amazon because I wanted to have the hard copy of it so I could go in and highlight some stuff and really dig deep. I'm absolutely going to listen to this book again in the near future. I want it to really resonate. It's called Know What You Are For. I highly recommend it. It is an absolutely packed full of awesome information and work you can do. And a lot of it is, I would say, based towards serving your customer, your ideal client, the people you want to please repeat. It is called Know What You Are For. I don't have it in front of me because my hard copy didn't come yet, but hang on one second. Let me pull up my Audible. Know What You're For. It is by Jeff Henderson. A growth strategy for work, and even better strategy for life. It's called Know What You Are For. It's a book that I read recently. I would say would sit on my top 10 list for this year. It's a good, really good book. It will make you think. It will make you realize there are some things you might need to change, some things you might want to let go of, some things you might want to do more of, and helps you kind of create an action plan for how you want your customers to feel, how you want your team to feel, and how you want to operate all together. I said in my post this morning on Facebook, as I was, kind of reminding everybody about hopping on live with us here. If you don't know what you stand for, you will fall for anything or everything, right? And you can tell who those people are. So that's why I want you to start with 5 people that you surround yourself with on a regular basis, very close to. And I don't necessarily want you to pick that as family, because family we don't really get a choice about. Okay. Unless you really go hang out with that person outside of it necessarily being family. Okay. I want you to pick 5 people that you surround yourself friendship wise, business wise, maybe in your church wise, your organizations, clubs that you belong to. I want you the 5 people you surround yourself with the most that aren't necessarily family. Because we're stuck with them, right? Love them, leave them, like them, you're stuck with them. So that's the homework. I want you to go figure that out. 5 people you surround yourself with, 5 core values you think that they stand by. I want you to go do the self-work. I'm going to go post the link in our Extreme Entrepreneurship page to go doing that test for whatever Michelle said that it's called. Enneagram. Nope, I'm still not saying it right. I don't know why I can't. It's just Sydney and I cannot. We just can't. And then I want you to brain dump, make your list. I want you to then pick a theme. I want you to then pare it down into your top 5. And then I want you to order them. And then I want you to go live in those for 30, 60, 90 days. Okay. And I would love in that same post where I give you that link, I'm just going to make the post all about picking your core values. I'd love if you come back after you kind of do this work and share with us what you're going to live in the next 30, 60, 90 days as your core values. Let's find out what our friends, our business besties, our other hustle and slay extreme entrepreneurs are living by. Kind of help you figure out, maybe there's some people around that seem to have some of the core values as you do, and you want to hang around them more, want to do some more business with them, want to get some accountability going with them. So that's what this whole group is about. I really appreciate you guys hopping on here on a Monday morning. Don't forget to share out the recordings, the lives, the podcast. If you want someone else on your team to do this work, go share this with them once I get it loaded, and they can go through this too. And if you don't have them invited to our Extreme Entrepreneurship page, invite them and tag them in the post I'll put up there, because we'll have that link there ready for you guys to go. I hope this was valuable for you. It was valuable for me to go and do the assignment myself. And I cannot wait to get together with some of my team on Sunday, because we are going to figure out the 5 core values that we are going to live and breathe for the next however long we are together for. Goodbye.